is what you got for me.
Durag Diaries. What's good, people? Welcome back. Boardroom talks. It seems like it's been a while. It definitely has. It's been a couple months at this point. It might be our first proper boardroom panel of the season. And they always tend to come at a crisis point. We always tend to be doing some type of crisis talks. And look, 13 games into the Premier League season, questions are being asked. Is it time for Thomas Frank to go? Are Spurs fans just too entitled? We're here to discuss all of that today. But big up to everyone inside. Make sure you guys smash the likes. Make sure you guys are supporting all or every one of the panelists here. Let me make sure that you guys can see their channels really quickly. Let's just get that up. So everyone has their channels. You can see that there. But look, I guess let's start off with that first bit. Put your hand up if you're Frank out. Frank out? Let's do Frank. If you're Frank out. Okay. And Frank in doubt?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, it's okay. We don't judge. You can be Frank out, bro.
Bro, day 112, I think it is, bro. Come on, fam.
Yeah, Jay's been there for Elijah's been there for a while. And then Jay he is slyly there. He creeped it up after a while. He's like,
he loaded
I reckon
I'm Frank unsure, but Frank in, basically.
Frank in doubt. Frank in doubt,
yeah.
Frank in doubt is okay.
Okay, and Manny's not here, but he'll make it clear where he stands on that front. Manny, just really quickly, Frank in, Frank out, Frank in doubt.
Mate, listen, I was Frank out straight after the No, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was Frank out. I was fuming the whole night, and then the following day, I tuned in to Southern's show, and then Jords came on. Someone was making some good points. I was thinking, you know what? I don't know. So at the moment, I'm confused. I know I want him out because I know his football is shit, right? But I understand people's point when they say, listen, like, are we live?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're live.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
I know it's fine. Swear was fine. I can't lie. We could swear on this channel, man.
No, my bad. But yeah, I do understand when people say, listen, just wait for Kulu and Solanke to come back, and things might change. I do get that point, but it's more about the way he plays, bro. So I don't know, man. There's no one available that makes me think, you know what, get him out now. That's the thing. So I feel like, yeah, I want him out, but I think there is more benefit in us keeping him for now rather than getting him out straight away. That's where I'm at.
That's fair.
Frank in doubt. And I understand it. And Manny, great for reference in that conversation, because it was a good conversation we had with Savi yesterday. Sort of where to go, what do we do, and how do we approach this current situation where Spurs are in. But let's take it back. Let's just talk. Let's do a little bit of a review of Thomas Frank's start to the season, because, like I said, we're 13 games into the Premier League season, roughly 20 games, I think it is, 20 games or 21 games into his full Spurs career, with like 5 in the Champs, 2 in the Carabao Cup, 1 Super Cup, so around 21 games in total. I feel like it's a strong period and a strong amount of games to really judge where the manager is at. You know, how good is he? What's going on? What's the progress? I'm going to go around the panel. Let me start with Elijah first. Can you just talk me through where you're at with Spurs' season so far?
I think we're underachieving. That's probably, if I had to sum up in one word. I know, obviously, at this point, we're how many games we played? Like 14 Premier League games? So, we're almost near the halfway mark, which means we've almost played everyone once. So, to say like, oh, we've had like an easy schedule or something. We've played everyone almost once, so it's at this point everyone's basically had the same level of competition. But until roughly like the Aston Villa game, the only hard, or I say hard games because every game is difficult in the Prem, but the only games where it's like, okay, you're expected to lose and it'll be good if you pick up points, in my opinion, was Man City away and Brighton away. The rest of the games we should have picked up at least 1 point, 3 points at the bare minimum. And if you want to look at it from a result standpoint, we dropped the ball in a lot of those games results-wise. However, though, it's something I've talked about on here constantly. I've always been a performance person because I'm not expecting Thomas Frank to finish top 4. I'm not expecting him to win a trophy. I just want a top 6 in terms of results. But I assume that we'd start off rocky, and as time goes on, the performances will start to get better because results lie. You can lose a game 1-0 and absolutely dominate the opposition. Like, results don't tell the full story. So for this season, I'm going to give him the season, and let's just see the performances improve. And then once players start to come back and he integrates them into the squad, we start to see us really kicking ball towards the end of the season. And then we can build on with summer transfers, getting players out, bringing players in, and we can keep kicking on. But when the performances haven't really improved, except for like random games here and there, then there's not really much to look forward to because we know exactly how we're going to play. We know how we're going to set up roughly. We know at least with the tactical side of it, depending on the formation we play, but we know that we're going to set up defensively. We're going to try and hit them with a set piece goal, hit them with a long throw in, direct passes. We know how we're going to attack. So the passages of play haven't improved, the performances haven't improved, and the results are just wayward because the performances have been pretty much the same since game week 1. So, yeah, I've been very disappointed with how the season started. I think that around the time when we were like second, third, yes, it was good to be there, but personally, I still feel like we should have had as many points as Arsenal, given the teams that we played. And then once we get to the spots where we're playing Aston Villa, we're playing Chelsea, we're playing Arsenal, we're playing United, then I would have expected us to fall down the table. But yeah, it hasn't been a great start to the season so far.
And then bringing it to Jay from the cave.
Yes. Sorry, I missed the question.
So, just thoughts on Spurs' season so far. Where are you at with it?
Thank you.
Like a summary of the season so far.
Yeah. To be quite honest with you, I was very excited when we got Frank. I can't lie. I thought, this guy, I've seen him at Brentford. I've seen what he does, what he done at Brentford. I said, this is the type of manager I can. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a manager who doesn't look. He doesn't look like he's afraid to switch things when things need to be changed. I don't think we've seen a lot of that this season. I think we've seen almost. Please don't think I'm being harsh when I say this. I'm just saying what I see in it. But I see a more cowardly approach from the manager, and it's starting to reflect on the players in it. And that's been my biggest thing this season, is like these lot, it almost looks like they're afraid. I don't know what they're afraid of. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously the results have been terrible. That's why I've been frank out since, I think I told everyone the Chelsea game would be my breaking point, because I can't watch us keep losing to these lot at our home ground. And then we performed the way we did, and I was like, I'm good still. So if I'm being real with you, I'm ready to end the season now. And I know that sounds crazy to say. We're still in the Champions League, still got the FA Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? But bro, I don't see us even getting European football at the rate we're going now. Now things can change and I can be wrong, and I really hope I am. But I don't even see us getting into Europe, bro, because we're struggling to dispatch teams. I know people talk about not having Maddison and Kulusevski, but I look at profiles and how Frank is managing profiles. Kulusevski, Kudus, similar sort of profile. They maverick type players. Maddison, they're maverick players. He's using them poorly. So what's to say that Kulusevski and Maddison are in this team and they're suffering under this manager? Do you know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. I don't think that he's got what it takes. I don't think he's fully accepted that this is a step up from Brentford. I know rivals will troll us and say, this is your level. But the reality is, Tottenham are a massive club. We are way bigger than Brentford Football Club, respectfully. I expect better results, better performances. I haven't seen that. So for me, we can end the season now. let's all start supporting City. They've got a job to do to stop these lot winning the league. And yeah, man, sit here. I'm a blue shark now, bro. I'm a blue shark, bro.
Man said the Sharks are circling. Put the season in the bag. Jay is no longer a white. He's a blue. It's crazy. I even see the lights. The lights are blue as well. I might have to change my lights because they're blue as well. But I've got the Tottenham blue. You got the City blue. I don't even know what's going on over them sides. But bringing it to Jay, rated RG. And just to understand from you, Jay, because you're usually a more balanced, level-headed.
You got a lot more patience.
Like to look at the tactics, like to look at the play. A lot more patience because I feel like he evaluates the system more and stuff. Where are you at with this, Jay?
I'm at my sushi's here. Where I'm at is right that. You know what? Let me get the sushi and let me circle back.
Yeah, you get your sushi. We'll go to Manny real quick, and we'll let Manny come in over here and just give us your season so far. Because you said that Newcastle was the breaking point for you. Like what?
Yeah, listen, man. You know me, right? I was a big Ange fan, right? I was a big Ange fan, and I didn't want him to go. I felt like, you know what? This guy could change it, he could turn it around, but then obviously, they sacked him. And to be completely honest, looking at how he performed at Forest, I can fully understand why we didn't keep him. The bit that annoys me a little bit is the fact, obviously, when we got Frank initially, I was thinking, why Frank? I don't get it. But then I started listening to YouTubers, right? Your Lubo.
That was your first mistake.
Johnny,
Lubo,
and
Johnny is another one, bro.
I was listening.
Listen, the most Frank-sexual guy I've ever heard in my life, bro.
I was listening to them very carefully, and they were like, "Listen, this guy's a professor," and I was thinking, okay, he is a coach. All this team needs is a coach. I was like, okay, fair enough. So I then started doing a bit of research. I watched a few videos of it. That video of him on Sky Sports, pushing little things here and there, telling them about
the magnets and
everything. I was like,
yeah.
I literally looked at that. I was like, this is the guy. I was like, this is the guy that we need. You know what? And to be fair to Frank, right? When I watched our PSG game in the Super Cup, how high we pressed and how structured we were, I was all in. I was absolutely all in. Then I watched us against Burnley at home. I was like, wow. Bopped him off the park. Brazil, Richarlison was on the pitch. Boom, overhead kick. I was like, you know what? We know what we're doing. And even City, press high, win 2-0. So at that point in time, if we're talking about the start of the season, he couldn't have, asked for a better start. The fans were on board. The football, we know that the players, the quality was not all the way up. So what he adopted was a high press level of football, which I have no issue about. So I was like, okay, this is where we need to be. But then straight after Villarreal, everything just started going down the drain. I don't understand. Villarreal game, I went to the Champions League game. Atmosphere was flat. We had 0 shots on target, and we won 1-0. We played Doncaster. We were awful against them, but obviously because our quality was better, we won that game. We got absolutely battered from pillar to post by Bournemouth at home, right? We should have lost that game 7-8-0, right? The Chelsea game, I was like, oh my God. When I saw that 0.05 XG, I flipped. Genuinely, I'm not even going to lie to you. I saw 0. I was like, against Chelsea. But again, people will say, and I do agree with them, we always perform poorly against Chelsea, right? Arsenal, I was like, wow, this guy, when I saw that train line back 7 or whatever it was, I was like, that's when I started doubting, because that's when I was thinking, I've watched your presser at the start before the game, and you said, we're going to attack, we're going to put pressure, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then when I saw on the pitch and I saw, nah, I was like, you know what? It's Arsenal, so it's fine. Newcastle, I was like, you know what? Forget this, because genuinely, people keep talking about the quality of the team, right? We've got the second, an Italian international in goal, who's literally just behind Donnarumma. We've got Spain's right back, a starting right back, right, in our team. We've got a World Cup winner in Romero in our team. We've got a Dutch starting left back in Van der Ven. We've got quality in the team, so we should not be performing this way. We've gone to Newcastle, and I get that Newcastle is a tough place to go, but there is no attacking intent. Zero, noich, zilch, nothing. That is where I have an issue. And if this was a case of, you know what, when we go away from home, we play that way, and when we're at home, we play better, I could understand. But can any of you guys tell me, hand in heart, that we are going to be playing Brentford at home and we're going to play attacking football? Can any one of you guarantee me that? We're not. Because, and that is where I have the biggest issue, because I don't have an issue with us playing transition football. I don't have an issue with us. Like, I'm a big fan of Mourinho. I'm a big fan of Conte. None of those guys played beautiful, passing, progressive, hold the ball football. None of them did that. I am happy to sit back as long as when we get the ball, we're not just lump it up FC. That is my issue with Frank. And if Frank was to tomorrow to decide, you know what, I'm going to switch it and change, I will back him fully. But the reason why this situation here bothers me is because you could have Kulu Solanke back, and he's probably going to rub his hands and be like, right, guys, lump it up to Solanke all the time. That is my worry. So I think if we're looking at the 20 games that we've played, probably the first 6-7, I would have said, you know what, we were trying to do something, but something has changed in his mind, man. He's just gone downhill, bro. I don't know, man. So at the moment, I'm
chewing gum. It's messing with his brain. All that chewing gum.
You know what
I'm saying, bro?
Before I go today, yeah, Frank, you're that money. I think you made some great points as well, and I know there's someone that's gonna want to dispute some of those points. So I just want to bring him in before Jay goes. It's the guy himself. I wish I had the intro music. Mr. Box Office is here, ready to crash it. Main stage.
The main event.
The main event is in the house. What are you saying, Alex? How you been? What's good?
So I had to come fashionably late. I had to dress in black. Black for some of these, for Thomas Frank. Black for so that waffle that Manny was talking about. Honestly, I've never heard that sort of waffle in my whole entire life. Honestly, do you make that up, bruv? Honestly, do you make that up?
You good. That is karma. That is karma, by the way.
You know what I mean? Oh, it's karma. Karma what? Karma what? You know what I mean? If he doesn't want me, he doesn't want me. You know what I mean? I don't even care anymore, bruv. I don't even care anymore, bruv.
Always wait until I am speaking on shows before you turn up. Turn up earlier, bruv.
I've got my black for everybody that was chatting rubbish to me when I was saying that I had doubts about this at the moment. You know what I mean? Because I said that.
Oh, that wasn't me, mate. That was your friends. That was your.
No. That was me. It was me that was saying that I said I had doubts about this year, right? And that's all I've got to say, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So, this it is what it is. Back to you, Jords, man. I've just got started.
Big up, Box Office. Big up Ash for joining as well. Ash jumping in. Let me just remove
brothers.
So we can see
Yes, man. Then
we got a nice big panel now, and we got a nice balanced panel as well. We got very
depending on what balance depending on what.
It's balanced because we've got like the different sides of the optimistic, the negative,
the spectrum. We've got the
spectrum of melanin.
I like how I come in, yeah. I'm like, yeah, look at it, yeah. As Massic comes in, it's like, yeah, what's going on, bruv? Yeah, cool, bruv. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's cool, bruv.
It's normal.
So I'm ready now.
You know what I mean?
It's normal.
I'm ready to go now. So Frank, okay. So these are my thoughts. This is fairly unfiltered thoughts. So I'm gonna try and be fair. all right, I'm going to start with the caveat of, okay, we lost big players this season, yeah? And I think some of the replacements are not as advertised yet. I don't think they're as good as advertised. We lost people like Kulu, Solanke, Madison, Son. I think we missed Son's leadership a lot, yeah? All those people that said Son's not a leader, nope, you're seeing it now, yeah? You're seeing little things there, yeah, that Son helped glue together. The football, man, listen, when I watch Tottenham, I always focus on Tottenham. So when I don't chat to, recently when I've been watching the games, I felt myself drifting. Like the games are very difficult to watch, yeah? Now, herein lies the problem, right? Objectively speaking, when we look back at last season, you can make the argument, okay, when we played in the league, we were bad, but when we played in Europe, we were good. But the thing was, we kind of couldn't play at the same time. We couldn't play week by week. Now, if you factor in the fact we're playing at a higher level, Champions League versus Europa League, yeah, and we're still having to play in the league as well, you then start thinking, okay, what's the flaw? Like, if you then take out the 4 players that we had last season, so it's like, what is the actual flaw of this team? Regardless of what we actually think, what is the flaw of this team playing Champions League, Premier League, bi-weekly, like, without those players, with a new manager, trying to do his style? Yeah? So that's where I start to be like, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. On the other hand, we're not doing what I think a lot of us think we're capable of doing. But the argument is maybe we're not, right? Maybe we're not that good in comparison to the other teams in the Premier League. And Frank's not helping us. But the idea that we bring Frank in and the football is this bad, that's the problem. Like, we'll take bottom half and winning a trophy, but you want us to be mid-table and no trophy. That's a very difficult thing to palate as a fan, having, been through last season. We expected improvement. Now, in terms of what we're doing on the pitch, right, there's just so much change all the time. There's no consistency of the lineup. There's no consistency of, like, if you can say we don't like Tell. You can not like Tell. But Tell was playing pretty well. Played one bad 90 minutes. And he's not been seen again. Yeah? Just small cameos. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve more minutes. I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying that, like, at the end of the day, the manager rotates that left wing like no man's business. Everybody has touched left wing this season. Odebear, they're coming to arrest Frank. That's what I'm saying, bro. His judgment of the left wing is outrageous. Odebear, Tell, Simmons, Muani, Richarlison, yeah, Brennan, Bergval. 7 players have played left wing this season. Yeah, I'm like, this guy's confused a little bit. He's confusing himself. He's so keen to try and counter the opposition and to make sure that we're set up in a way that the opposition can't hurt us, that he's tinkering a lot. And when you've not got a consistency of who the lineup is, relationships in the team, that's hurting him too. The players, they need to suck it up and be brave. We've got no talisman. Yeah, in this team at the moment, the closest we've got is probably Kudus and probably Van de Ven even, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Like, we haven't really got talisman to carry the team, like guaranteed goals, guaranteed assists. And that's hurting the manager too. He's not helping it with the style of football or anything like this, but this is a difficult league. Everyone can take points off everyone. And I'm just looking at it from the point of view of saying, we are efficient. I will give us that. We are efficient. We don't create loads of chances, but we are pretty efficient at taking them. So if we could create some more chances, that would be nice. But I'm just putting my aesthetic bias to one side and say, is this what's advertised? And arguably it is. This is kind of what you got when you're asking a manager to scale. And if we make the argument that Thomas Frank is learning on the job, yeah, he is learning how to coach and play as an attacking team that dominates other teams. That's what he's learning right now how to do. Yeah. So as long as you acknowledge that, yeah, I think you can be fairly calm. The question is, I don't want a manager that's going to learn on the job. I don't want a manager who's going to do that. I want a different manager. And that's completely fair to say. But I think as long as if you acknowledge that Frank is learning on the job how to create a functioning attacking system that can score goals, control games, be a good team with the players he's got, etc., I think you give him time. Yeah, if you expect what is an offensive, aesthetically pleasing attacking style where we're pinning teams back and Xavi Simons is running rings on people, you're not going to get that, especially with this iteration of Thomas Frank. So if that's what you want, you are going to be very disappointed, very irritated, very annoyed. So I get that you'd want something different, but the manager is a smart guy. He's capable of growing into it. It's just whether or not you want to give him the chance. I'm happy to give him the chance to grow into it. I think he's got to learn fast, but he's not lost the players yet. Like from the performances and so, the players are still trying. They're fighting. They're scrapping. Like, so if the players are still backing him, I'm still backing him.
Okay. I mean, Jay, go on. You quickly had your hand up. Did you want to say something?
Oh, no. It's more of a question to everyone, yeah? Like, obviously, we all know, like, our front three is probably in the top 3 worst front threes in the league, respectfully. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you think that we just... obviously, people are used that as an excuse and that, but do you think we create enough chances for them to really show us how bad they are, like, respectfully? Because a lot of these games, we finish the game with 5 shots on goal, 3 shots on goal, 4. And I'm thinking, maybe if I see, 10, them get 10 chances and slap 5 of them over the box, then I can sit here and say, cool, it's the attack. But we don't even get these players into positions to miss opportunities. So is that on Frank? Can we all agree?
Let me just rephrase that, because I know what you're getting at there. Let me just rephrase it to Ash, because I want to get Ash's foot. Is the problem the attack, or is it the build up to the attack as to why the attackers don't get the chances? What's the bigger problem?
Yeah, it's definitely the build up, because the amount of chances we created for our front line has been minimal. Let's be honest. And I think that's why a lot of people are struggling, especially at home, to watch the games. It's as simple as that. Like, fuck the politics. It's not good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? He needs to do, there's a reason why man are getting punched up inside the stadium. Do you know what I'm saying? Man are probably going at home, drinking their wife beaters and taking out on their wives. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to do a little bit more. No, I'm being serious, lads. Like, man, them are getting depressed. Man, they don't want to go no more.
Stadium,
yeah, I'm saying, bro, it's peak. Like, let's be real. Come on, it's peak. Like, even that Newcastle game, brother, Newcastle, we didn't deserve that draw. Let's be honest. But Romero, like Jay said, playing for the shirt. Obviously, he's the captain. He stepped up. Certain men are just stepping up. But yeah, I admit there's a quality issue, but I haven't seen enough attacking patterns of play, in my opinion. And when I say patterns of play, because that sounds so generic. All right, cool. Players running in behind. So there should be a sequence where you see a Brennan Johnson, for example. I don't like him, but there should be something to set him up for him to run in behind, or maybe not a Brennan Johnson, another forward like Tell. Tell likes to run in behind. There should be situations where passes around the corner, 1-2s, switches of play. Do you know what I'm saying? Central build up. I know everybody loves that one. We're not seeing that. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not even seeing, like with Frank, you need to see in Bromo, like, when you bait the press and you invite pressure on, and then that's how you play through the lines. Do you know what I'm saying? So in Mbumo used to run onto it, used to see Wisa run onto it, used to see Sade, the front three. Obviously, teams don't allow us that type of space, innit? But you have to create and manufacture those situations. And the way you do it would be playing out from the back. But also, I look at the midfield. They're so sometime-ish, bro. They're so sometime-ish. Sometime-ish. Bentancur, sometime-ish. Archie Gray, we tried him. Again, no one's really grabbing the shirt and saying, "Rah, this is my position." Do you get it? And that's the reason why a lot of fans are arguing on the combinations we should play in the midfield. In my opinions, you can't put your finger and say, "Yeah, Archie Gray should have it." No, Bergvall should have it. Like, and people are saying we're misprofiling the players. You know what I'm saying? We're using Saar as a battering ram. We're using Bergvall as a battering ram. Do you know what I'm saying? That 10 position is so like special. It's so unique. But you don't just play a player to defend and work hard.
Can I ask you on the 10, yeah? Why is it that when Ericsson was at Brentford, he looked great, and Damsgaard last 6 months plus has looked great? Yeah, so he can play a 10. He does know how to use a 10, and I noticed these players playing well in these games. So it's not like they mustn't have just been lumping the ball to the striker.
Can I have it?
That's what let's say, Gotcha.
Would you say Bergvall is a 10?
No, but my thing is he's got
Sarah 10. Is Sarah 10?
Oh, 100%. No, these aren't 10s. These aren't 10s like those 10s, like those creative in mind, nimble feet. They're not 10s like that. But I'd argue,
can I say, because I get what you're saying, Jay, yeah? I feel like what correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying is like Frank's not even attempting to use our 10s in the same way that he used an Ericsson.
That's my point. He's capable of utilizing a 10 and getting the best out of them, and his team's playing well as a result. So I'm like, what is it about? Like, to me, is he saying he doesn't rate Simmons? I think he's saying he doesn't rate Simmons.
I think.
Do you know what's mad about that though? And what I can't, because I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a stat, you know, with Simmons, with one more game.
No, it's been debunked. It's been debunked.
It can't be debunked because I saw the stat.
It's been debunked. I debunked this.
How did you debunk him?
You say what the stat is.
You know what it is, because I know Jay's going to go like, you come off at this point in the game and the team scored at this point. Is that, if you're debunking it like that, I'm not even going to attempt.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it. But more than anything, my biggest frustration has been since his best game in a Spurs shirt, which was Copenhagen. He looked really good. He come off early. Obviously, Frank took him off to sort of rest him. He's not started a game since. And that's where my biggest frustration comes with Thomas Frank and the lack of attacking threat that we have, because one of our number 10 that we signed to replace Maddison and Kulu, who weren't going to be here for at least 4 months. He knew that. He prepared for the season knowing he was going to have no Maddison and Kulu. So personally, I'm not hearing any excuses regarding Maddison and Kulu being out, because he knew it from August the 1st, because he got injured in Bayern games. That was like August the 2nd. He knew from that point we have no number 10 until at least January. You're going to sign a number 10 and you're going to have to make that number 10 work.
He's had Xavi and he's not.
Pardon?
Yeah, friendly. Yeah.
It was the Newcastle game he done.
Newcastle was even earlier. Yeah, it was even earlier than the Bayern one. It was like a week or two before. So it's like he's had long enough to know that we needed a number 10 and you're going to have to play with it. You're going to have to make it work. And he just continuously drops the number 10. And like you've said, Ash, he's changed it to be Saar. He's changed it to be Bergvall. And it seems like every time there's a different player in there, he's asking for something different of that player. And that goes to what Jay said as to why my biggest frustration is we bend and fold to every opposition. Like, we're just bending over, just like, yeah, we don't mind. We take it any way we want. Like, you know, like, and it's just dead. Because no team with real structure, no team with real ambition.
You don't play in the front foot. So when you don't play in the front foot, you invite pressure on. You invite the other team to dominate your midfield. What Frank's concerned on, for me, too much, is trying to be physical, win duels,
that sentence
win the ball high up. When he's got players that have quality. Sorry, Manny, go on. Say your thing.
No, you're right. That sentence every single time, like even after the PSG game, right? I listened to the press conference and they asked him, you know, what did you think? And he, after the Arsenal game, instead of focusing, by the way, Ash, right? I will actually, you know, up you one on that patterns of play. How about we pass ourselves out of a press from the back? Because when you speak to people about patterns of play, they start telling you, oh, we haven't got enough quality up front. So how about the quality we have at the back? And the fact that when I went to the stadium, I drove from Cambridge to the stadium to watch Calvin Bassey and Kenny Tete bop themselves on our pitch, right?
Yeah.
So how about we develop some patterns at the back and pass ourselves out of a press? Because I'm looking at it thinking, and you're absolutely spot on. We worry so much about the opposition that we forget what our players can actually do. In regards to what Jay said earlier, I fully agree with you. If we were literally saying, let's get to top four, we want to get top four, 100%. These players, we haven't got the quality to trump your City, your Arsenal, your Chelsea. I get that. I fully get that. But now I'm looking at the table and seeing Wolves with 2 points, and we gave one of them to them, right? I'm seeing Fulham, who had not won any game away from home, come to our gaff and bop us off the pitch. I'm seeing us against Doncaster win 3-0, but we were atrocious. I'm seeing us against Villarreal with 0 shots on target, and when he came out, he said, "That's a wonderful win." I'm like, brother, what are you watching?
You know what? Hey, bro, you see the Jules thing, yeah? I don't know if he played Yu-Gi-Oh growing up or Beyblade and he's into dueling or something, yeah? But he needs to cut the
I
shit,
thought he was
bro.
into Jules Santana, bro. I didn't know.
Nah, bro,
I
thought he was talking about the vape, cuz. I was like, bro, this guy's been vaping in the spare time.
That Jules Santana is going to get rebooted. I can't lie.
But guys,
He got me.
but that tells, by the way, that tells, on a serious note, that tells to his mentality, right? That he keeps talking about Jules, because to me, it sounds like the way he wants to play is invite the pressure, lump it up to your target man winning his duels, and then bringing players into play, which I get. It's fine if you're doing that on occasions. But if that is your style of play that you're bringing to Spurs, good luck with that, because the people that I'm the good one. I don't boo players. I get annoyed at the stadium, right? But I don't do any of that. The people next to me, they go mental. And you can understand people paying your £1,200, £2,000, etc. to watch a game and then be served that up. They will get annoyed. And I don't think he's getting it.
Manny, £7 for a sausage roll. Yeah, £7 for a blood clot sausage roll. So yes, I'm gonna fucking boo you. Yeah, if we're 2-0 down in 6 minutes, I'm going to boo you. Do you get me? There's fans in that stadium.
Jay, there's chicken, by the way. There's chicken, by the way, outside the stadium. So
that's what I say. Support local businesses.
Support local businesses.
Exactly.
However,
I said they heard the sausage. I was like,
no, you lot, we're all adults. We all drink alcohol. Yeah, well, I don't want to say we all drink. We all get hungry when we drink. I'm not leaving the stadium to go.
We know Jay loves a Stella. Okay? We know.
Listen, let me Stella's nice. He's fine. And this is where Thomas.
Now go on, Jay. Go on.
No, I'll wait.
No, man. I mean, do we have time for a tangent and discuss why you like Stella so much? Because that's
it's these lot that brought Stella up.
He's just the inside geezer.
You got your little soapbox for Stella. You were like, hey.
I'm just saying, I like the drink. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that I think that's where Thomas Frank really lost the fans.
Nice glass, darling.
We used to watching our team lose. Like let's have it right. This whole year, yeah, we're used to watching our team lose. We've lost a lot of games. Okay, we still support that. Before the game, if anyone who sits in the South Stand will know, yeah, before the games, that South Stand is electric, bro. It's electric. You can hear that South Stand from Seven Sisters Station. Yeah, it's electric. So why is it now that come kickoff, all of a sudden, I can hear the away end? I can hear the away end. That is from Thomas Frank. So for you to turn around now and then throw shade at us, saying we shouldn't be booing, how about this? How about you set the players up so that they can string more than 3 passes together?
But Jay, hold on. Are you justified? That's that's the boon to Vicario wasn't really.
No, I didn't say Vicario. I didn't say at full time and half time you boo. Of course.
Yeah,
but when your players on the ball, you don't boo.
But Frank was talking about the Vicario booing.
No. Is that what? If
that's all he was talking about. He was only
talking about and I can't even lie. I don't know if you saw like straight after the Newcastle game.
I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand you saying don't boo.
That's why I said. That's why I don't understand why so many fans have gotten upset about him saying about the booing
because I think they misinterpreted it as.
Of course, no. They wanted to misinterpret it, and they did.
Yeah, because he was very clear.
He did the virtue signal thing.
It's because of the wording he used to call someone a true fan.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That specifically.
I feel like people read that and got insecure about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the thing is like some of those fans booed. Some of those fans bitching on the internet, they booed. And at the end of the day,
they did.
He is right. If you booed Vicario because he made a mistake, genuinely, I think it's fair to say you're not a real fan.
But Jay, is this the time?
That's crazy.
No. I'm sorry. Is this,
bro? Why would you boo your own player? Because he
did some stupidness.
Give me the logic. Explain to me the logic. Go for it.
No.
He did some stupidness. I'm sorry. I'm not saying the insult, like the insult.
I'm asking you to defend that. I don't need no context. Defend that specific point I'm making.
He did some stupidness, so we got booed.
You can't boo your players for making genuine mistakes.
Okay, Jay.
No, he made a stupid mistake and he got booed.
Jay, I'm sorry.
He did some stupidness and got booed.
No, we're not going to do that.
The Professor of Truth and Entertainment wants to speak now because now Jay said something. The point is though, yeah, right? When you talk about booing, yeah, okay, these players are not silly. They're adults, yeah, right? They knew what industry they're getting into in the first place. Right, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, right. He made a bad mistake, right? People were not happy, right? So he got booed, right? He taking it because at the end of the game, he was all saying he said at the end of the game, it is what it is, right? And he's the same guy that's played in the Italian league, and trust me, the Italian fans
do more than boo over there. Trust me,
Italian fans, you need to see what the Italian fans are like. And they're not. They don't.
I don't think the fans for where did he come from? Empoli or something like that. I don't think the fans from Empoli are like that. I think maybe Juventus and them.
How do you know that?
Can I say that?
How do you know that?
You can boo the mistake. Just don't boo him when he's on the ball afterwards.
Yeah. But what I don't think is right is when you go over the top. You know what I mean? Where we know what. I'm not going to talk.
Bro, they were booing him when he got on the ball. You can boo the goal,
but it is what it is.
Yeah, sure, bro. For what happened, you can boo straight away. When that ball goes in, boo.
I agree with
that. But when he got on the ball after that, people booed.
Yeah, but Jay,
and I'm saying at that moment, there's nothing anybody can say that makes me think that it's justifiable in that moment to boo Vicario.
But Jay, unfortunately, Vicario was in a situation where the performance was so bad, right? It was so bad, yeah, that
is that going to help him?
No, but doesn't matter. It was
so
bad. It was 8 o'clock at night. No, because I was there as well. I was there, and I was annoyed as well. If you watch Mr. Box Office TV,
did you boo it? Did you boo him? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't boo him. The point I'm making is the point I'm making is.
Wait, no. The point you're making is irrelevant. No, you're not even defending the point that you done. You didn't do it.
But my point is though, right? I can see what they're doing at the end of the day because they're fed up, right? Because it's a bad time as well.
You can understand it, but also, Mr. Box Office, you were smart enough to not include yourself in that because you're someone who understands you need to encourage the players during the game to get a better performance.
Yeah, but I don't really. As a fan, I'm not really that much of a cheerer or a booer. You know what I mean? I'm not really. I'm not that type of fan when I watch the game. You know what I mean?
He does the hand in pockets. He does the hand in pockets.
But get to the point. Get to the point, yeah. Because I know you've got other segments and stuff like that, yeah. Right. I'm just thinking of it from the other point of view of the fan.
Trust me.
Okay, then let me just finish my point, yeah, quickly. My point is though, yeah, right, for other fans, right, they might have been fed up because I was fed up as well, to be honest with you. And if Tottenham Hotspur performed better, right, and done better in that first half, I think the sentiment would have been better with some of the players, especially Vicario after the mistake. But because the vibe was so bad, it was so that first half, because I was there. You watch my vlog, right? I had to move my seat in half time. That's how bad it was because I was sitting on my own. I had to go and see Danny Kouyakou and Nick and all the others because I sat there and thought I need to be with other people because I can't sit on my own watching this rubbish. You know what I mean? At 8 o'clock at night, which is a terrible, terrible kickoff by the way. Terrible, right? You know what I mean? So I can understand why some of those fans are fed up, right? Half
the whole
empty
weekend
stadium as well. Half empty stadium as well. I should have gone to a bloody soccer event as well, which when I watched on Instagram, just on Instagram and saw all the things I missed out that morning. It was terrible.
One of them.
You know,
Two of them.
terrible, man. But that's the point. So it's just
Indiana Jones and that.
That's the point. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. You know what I mean? So I can understand it for a point of view. I just think I'm just getting fed up with Tottenham fans making excuses for some of these players. I get. To be fair to Vicario, and this is the last point, right? Because I want to get onto other points anyway. But my last point, Vicario hasn't been bad this season. He has saved us a couple of times, quite a lot this season.
Mixed bag, I'd say.
And that's why I think the booing's even more unjustified because there's been games where you can look at it and say we wouldn't have got out that game without Vicario.
He's definitely made mistakes though, some high-profile mistakes.
He's made a couple of mistakes, but he's also saved us in a lot of games. Like in a lot of the games, he's also made mistakes. He's making some big saves.
That hasn't made maybe Alisson. I can't really think of another keeper that
he makes mistakes.
Yeah,
I think that all the keepers make mistakes. Raya's made a couple of mistakes, just not high profile because they win.
Yeah, Vicario saved us more than he's hurt us.
There's one point I need to make on Frank, though. There's one point I need to make on Frank, right?
Yeah, go on. Tell us you told us so. Go on. I know you waited the whole show to say I told you so.
And Ange Postecoglou, yeah, right? People are complaining about the football. People are complaining about the football, right? But how do we win that trophy, by the way?
You have seen me since then, Sid. You're just being cheeky.
But how did we win that Europa League trophy, by the way? How do you play in the last two games of the competition?
Killmonger, actually.
This is the question. How do we
what
play?
Are you talking about? Part of the bus
we played low block. We played low block to win the cup.
Low block, yeah, part of the bus.
Exactly. What was our attack like against in the last game in Bodo Glimt, the second leg, and the Man United game?
Low block again, defensive kind.
We were crap, weren't we? Weren't we?
Yeah.
The same way we're playing right now. Let's be honest here, right? Because we were in attack. We were absolutely awful.
But we still had moments though. We still
but there's no difference between.
Last season, like if you remember some of the better games when we played on the front foot, we could cook teams still. Right, do you know what I mean?
But I'm not talking about that though. No, Jay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about because everyone's referencing the Europa League win, right?
Frankfurt, we won 1-0 against Frankfurt. 1-0.
2-1, wasn't it? Was it 2-1?
1-0 against Frankfurt. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking about
aggregate.
Group stage.
On aggregate, it was 2-1.
2-1.
No, it was 2-1 on aggregate against Frankfurt. It was 1-1 draw at home. Then we won 1-0.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. So it wasn't high score.
Scored a penalty.
It was only against Bodo Glimt when we scored 3 goals.
Bodo Glimt, we won 3-1 and then 2-1.
That was at home. 2-0 away as well. It's not prolific, is it? Do you know what I mean? I think that's the point he's getting at. And then obviously the Premier League's the Premier League where we got slapped up by Liverpool 5-1. We got beat by Forest 2-1. We drew against West Ham 1-1. Lost against Crystal Palace 2-0. Villa 2-0. We lost. Beat United 1-0 in the final, obviously. And in the last game of the season, we lost 4-1 at Brighton.
Just at home. On that.
I actually think sometimes if we got a result in that last game, you never know. And I feel like getting slapped in the last game.
Yeah, that was for me. I was like,
I was annoyed.
But Jay, Ange has proven how he's going to play, what was going to happen this season. Because look at what happened at Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I think sometimes
because that's Europa League, And let's be honest here, when you look at the players that Milton and Forest have got and what we've got, I don't see the difference. If I'm really honest with you.
I think we've got better players, but I feel like they've got a better midfield.
I don't see the difference. And Andrew's just proven, and now in a better level.
I don't think that
like, honestly, based on Premier League performances, just like take away set pieces and stuff, does Porro perform at a more consistent level than Neco Williams?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I feel like Pedro Porro's, I don't know about you guys, it's so hard to judge him because there's some games I watch him and I think, bro, this guy's a top right back. But then there's some games and I think he's one of the worst in the league. So
Porro's
like, there's no in
if
between.
If his first pass is dead, you know he's going to be dead the whole game.
Yeah.
That's just what it is about Porro, man. You can tell very early on what kind of game he's going to have, bro.
But he's just, do you know what it is? I do feel like I feel like Frank's not helped because there's a lot of games when we're watching Porro get to the right wing, just spam crosses into the box. But I don't think Pedro Porro is doing that because he wants to. He's doing that because that's what he's instructed to.
I'm saying the same. I'm saying the same thing. I'm not defending Frank here because I don't rate Frank. I'm not there with Frank. I think Frank needs to prove himself. That's the thing. Like, so you know what I mean?
With what you said there, like you were comparing the teams from last year to now. Like, what was you getting at with that? Was you saying that the team's bad and that Thomas Frank's not really? It's not Thomas Frank's fault because the team's shit.
Well, I think it's a bit of both. I think two things can be true. I think both of them are true. I think Thomas Frank needs to do more, but some of the players are not good enough. I mean, when people reference players from the past, like Son, for instance, saying that we need he was a leader.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. What I mean? I don't think he was a great leader at all, really, to be honest with you, because we were still 17th. I mean, players like Tell. I think Tell. I don't think really Tell's really done that much anyway. If I'm really honest with you. And then Alderbear he's been okay. I don't think he's been great. I mean, yeah, he's had some moments, and that's the problem, moments. But yeah, he can play it better. I think he can do more with the wing backs because they are wing backs. But in saying that, I'm getting a bit tired of people saying they're wing backs and they're playing really shocking, to be honest with you. Like I said before, and I don't need to repeat it, Adoji's so overrated. I've got to be honest, like I said, because this guy in the final third every single time messes up and he's getting worse defensively.
You think he's bad in the final third?
Yeah, bro, you just need to watch it. Watch the last 3 years. Watch the last 3 years.
I'd say Udogi is pretty good in the final third. I think he gets himself into his final ball's not amazing. No, his final ball's not amazing. But I think he gets himself into positions every single time.
He messes up every single time, right? You know what I mean? So
Chief.
No, but I'm gonna say, is that down to some of the front players, the players that are in front of him? Because he's a man that gets to the byline, cuts back, but sometimes I find that not all the players are in that position to receive that
positioning of the attackers is awful. I will say
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I think angles all across.
But then people praise Richarlison though, saying that he's a good striker because look at his
Nobody
stats.
does.
No one on this panel thinks Richarlison.
But I've watched people and they said they looked.
No. Focus on this panel.
You need to stop doing.
Focus on the panel.
You focus on the panel. You watch everyone here on the panel. You speak to everyone here on the panel a lot. You know how we feel about Richarlison. You can't, and you came here, and I was expecting a box office crashing, a main event, takeover, and you went for 3 low-hanging fruit in Richarlison, Odober, and Tell. What is that? I thought you were gonna come for a Van de Ven and say he's not been good enough this season.
No,
that's the type of thing I want you to say, box office, because that's the type of shit you say.
We're missing Ben Davies, bro.
We're missing Ben Davies. If Ben Davies was here right now, it'd be a different at the back.
No. I would say also there's also Mawani as well. Mawani's been he's been really disappointing, especially the fact he's on loan.
Has he?
Yes, he's been disappointing. He's been disappointing, mate.
Nah, I can't agree with that one, man.
Why? Based on what? Based on what?
He hasn't been match fit and he's been injured ever since he's.
Okay, so why did we get him on loan then?
Because we had no one else. It was literally a panic one.
You know it, right? Box office. He didn't have. I think his injury record missed like 5 games his whole career prior to coming to Tottenham. He's missed more games at Tottenham than he has in his whole career, injury-wise. So he's not like he's an injury-prone player. He's just been unfortunate, as most people are when they come Spurs.
And the thing is, like with Moani, innit? Like Moani just obviously, like, if you want to say he's average compared to like the best strikers, sure, innit? But Moani is not a bad player, but he offers a lot more.
Hold on. Mr. Box said this. Did you say that Danzo should be a captain?
Yeah,
yes.
At the time, I thought
yes, he did say that.
I
Yes.
did like Danzo. I did like Danzo, but he's been up and down. He's been up and down.
No, the things with Moani, innit? The things with Moani, people want to hype on Moani's finishing, which is fine, innit? Because like obviously your main thing as a striker is to score goals. I get it. But like the reason why, in my opinion, Kolo Moani has not really scored that much at Spurs is again because of the lack of creativity, the lack of build-up in the midfield. Like, look at when Kolo Muani plays. He's on the right side linking up with Kudus. He's on the left side linking up with whoever's out on the left. He's dropping in. Like, literally, look at the game of
Newcastle.
Like, Kolo Muani was drifting to the left, and then Brennan Johnson's making striker runs because Brennan Johnson can't create on the left. And I think it's just Kolo Muani wants to link up with players. He wants to do the 1-2 and drop deep and do all that kind of stuff. And that's what we need. We need someone like that. That's what Solanke was doing last year, which was invaluable to us, which is why we miss him. But Kolo Muani has way more technique than any of our strikers. He's way better at link-up play than any of our strikers. He's way better on the ball than any of our strikers. And I'll be honest, yeah.
But Elijah, are we starving then? Is that what it is? Is it the case that we're starving?
100%.
Oh yeah, we're definitely starving.
I'm sorry.
Young brother.
Energy for Moan, for the same energy that we have for Mattis Tell and that Timo Werner, that below average, that Southampton
You can't have
player.
the same energy for all
Right?
of them.
No, he can't have the same energy because this guy had to hit the ground running. He had to hit the ground running because of what we're having the problems with right now, and he's done absolutely nothing. The only reason why we're saying this is because he's better than Richarlison, who he's been bang average. Right?
No, he's been more than bang average.
He should have been gone. He should have been gone.
But,
Who, by the way, could sign a new contract.
Alex, I feel like you're being disingenuous though. I get your point with saying that like we're starving with Ash saying, because we are. Like I feel like even the way we gassed up Frank at the start of the season, I think we were starving. We saw really bad football under Ange, and we was like, yo, this shit's gonna be life changing. And you know, you gotta have one relationship going to another and realize you got the same problems, bro. Shit don't change. Women are women. Like it's the same thing with the way that we've approached this manager. Like managers are managers, they're gonna have the same problems, and there's only so much that you could paper over the cracks with the squad. But when you're getting onto Moani, like you have to look at his last couple games. You go into the PSG game, he had his best game in a Spurs shirt, scored a couple goals, got an assist, looked really impressive on the ball. Go into that Newcastle game, again, I think like Elijah said, he looked really positive. He was the one player away from Bergvall. It was him, Bergvall, and Romero, the only players that showed some passion and fight. The guys that were picking up the ball, trying to create. What do you mean? Based on what I saw in my eyes. I saw him pull up out on the left, combine, and try to create. He did.
I feel like the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Like, I've been watching it. I was watching the second game. I didn't see Tottenham do nothing in that game.
No. Alice, the thing is like in this system, sometimes the ball's just getting whammed up to you. And
I get you. I'm not.
Do you know what I mean?
So Thomas Frank does have the blame here as well. You see what I'm saying? Because
he's got the full blame. I don't think he's got some. He's got the full blame when it comes to not getting. You're talking about why he's not getting the best out of the attackers. He's not getting the best out of them because we can't build up through the back and we can't even get the ball to the attackers.
I don't think the players have done themselves any justice either.
No, but when you're playing with attackers like Moani, like Solanke, guys that want the ball to their feet, they want to create and they want to be able to play football, not loft it up and try and bring it down off his head. He's not going to play good football. There was times in that Newcastle game when he's dropping into our half, deep into our half as a striker to pick the ball up from the centre backs. That shows you that there's an innate problem that we can't build up through the back. Why is our striker picking up off the centre back?
Yeah, remember we were saying Maddison was doing that, Alex. Remember Maddison was doing that. And that was the basis of me and Jords arguing about Kulu and Maddison, because Maddison was dropping to left back to pick up. That means in the middle we can't create. There's a problem with creating in the midfield somewhere. That's the problem.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Listen, I'm not saying Frankie's not to blame here at all, because I think he's the only problem we have at the moment. Right, we've made the choice of Thomas Frank. Right now, people are saying they want him out. Well, I'm saying to you, right, because what I'm not having, because my mind's done. Right, I'm nearly out the door, to be honest with you. Right. But if we get rid of Frank and get an interim in, I'm sorry, my mind's gone. I'm seriously can't be asked, right? I cannot be asked with that.
What if it's
You know what I mean?
Brooklyn,
Bro, I can't. You need to really sell it to me on that one. You need to sell it to me, right? For me to be
You
interested.
say let
Because after
Justin
last
Cochran
season,
take over.
Yeah.
No, stop, bro. What?
you have to sell
Do
it.
you know what?
bro.
Yeah, I need to understand, why was this guy gassed up so much? Why was I told that he's some like revolutionary
I don't
second
know.
coach?
England coach,
I
innit?
don't know.
No,
It's gonna
No,
be
Jay, like, all over Twitter. I don't know if I saw threads upon threads about how Justin Cochran is like some revolutionary assistant manager.
These are the same people that were saying that they love Javi Simmons as well. That this guy is going to be the best thing.
He's worked with players like Rashford. He's played with like some of the England boys, innit? They're rating him, innit? I think it was what's his face, man? What's the Man United youth? Black youth? Kobe Mainu. Them man. Yeah. Few that even like he's worked with a couple Man United dons, like because I think he was an assistant at Man United at one point. So he's working with
I mean, I know you were saying it tongue in cheek.
Ganacho. He helped. He was working with Ganacho.
I know you're saying Cochran's thing, but obviously it's one of those. It's what's it say? Strict liability. Yeah, you're part of the coaching staff. You're part of the problem. Sorry, mate, you ain't Ryan Mason. Right. Do you know what I mean? We ain't giving you a pass. It's like, and Carrick's right there. If you need an interim and you could Carrick's right there, and he's got a little bit of a link to us. He could do it.
So what? Man, am I saying interim? Yeah.
I'm saying that like I'd rather have Carrick as an interim than Justin Cochran, but I'd rather have Frank as manager. I'm just saying the Cochran thing was ludicrous. Sorry.
So like, let me ask you guys, just to move the conversation on ever so slightly. Yeah. do you guys even see a way? Do you think it's gonna get better under Frank? That's the best question. Do you actually see it getting better? And if you do, what signs have you seen so far to indicate it's gonna get better? Because I don't need blind hope. I need something concrete that I can get behind. Because Jay's doing blind hope. I know.
You should have said at the beginning that blind hope wasn't going to be accepted.
Exactly, because there ain't nothing. There is nothing. I got excited to believe that this is gonna get better, bro.
Yeah.
You have to look backwards. I think it's the only way, because there's not a lot of evidence at Spurs at the moment. So you have to look at his Brentford days, or you look at the start of the season where we had a performance against Man City. We did well, and also in the Super Cup. I think those are the main reference points, in my opinion. And in that first game, obviously we played Burnley. I know it's not a great team, but we did play a 4-3-3. So, meaning that maybe with the ball we could do something. Maybe Frank's got it in his system. I know he's tried different things and it hasn't quite worked, and he's trying to figure out his midfield. But he's just got to stick with something, in my opinion. You can't keep chopping and changing, especially when you're at home. I think he needs to stick with something and let it run its course. And maybe, I don't know, just pick Odobert on the left wing, because that seems to be working with the doggy. Because they've got some type of relationship going on, in my opinion. Or you put Xavi Simmons, you put a bit more trust into Xavi Simmons, because I think the only way he's going to get better is through playing through games, getting 90 minutes into a system, whether it's stinkers or not. Start him, and then if he's not doing well, you have to just hook him. Do you understand? Hook him 70 minutes, but start him. Give him a vote of confidence. Allow him to play his way, play his form into existence. Because at the moment, I don't feel like he's coming on second halves, and we're already losing, or we're coming from a disadvantaged point. It would be nice to see him when he's starting a game on a consistent basis. So, and then maybe
I do think. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no. I'm going to say maybe we get some rhythm between our left hand side, and that frees up Kudos a bit because everybody knows we're going to go down that right hand side. So that's me clutching at straws, by the way.
Listen, I do.
I've been there. I've thought of these solutions. I just can't buy myself into it right now.
Yeah,
but sorry, go on, Manny.
If there's one thing that I do feel sorry for him on, like as an example, Ash saying we should stick with Odobert. Odobert is pretty much our only out and out touchline winger that we have. You can see he's got something, but he's so lightweight. Like sometimes I literally watch him and I'm thinking, come on, son, like take him on.
Where's Xavi? Xavi's lightweight as well.
But I feel like with Xavi,
he bounces.
Yeah, he's more physical. I feel like with Xavi, his problem is that he actually does not understand the number 10 position. That's why I genuinely think with Xavi. So I do feel. Sorry,
I think he's a bit of a hybrid, like 8/10. Because I see him play that.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought he understood the 10 pretty well, in my opinion.
I don't think he does. Like sometimes I watch him.
Bro, one of those Leipzig positionless dons that they love selling to people.
One thing I will say, I think he does suffer from that, Jay, is I feel like a lot of players come from the German league because they have so much space in transition. You can play any position in the front three, and you're gonna
in the meadow. He's just, you get
so much freedom that you could play anywhere across that front line, and you feel like Jadon Sancho played across left, right, and was comfortable. Like he was cooking.
I
don't think it's that bad, Ash. But I think for him, he's just not up to like.
I hear it.
I think the pace of the Premier League is too quick.
This is why they wanted Gibbs White first.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Look at Gibbs White compared. That's why people don't need to understand Prem tax is Prem tax. Yeah, like if you're doing it in the Prem in 2025, yeah, it's like when people say, "Oh, this new young, this new Ivory Coast winger that Spurs are linked, Diamande." Yeah, I'm like, when Semenyo's there for 65 million, you're discussing 19-year-old prospects.
Bro,
what are you doing? Don't you dare! Like, and that's like to do it in the Premier League. So that's why when I was watching Gibbs White last season, and I thought we were getting him, I was so excited because that's the guy who's doing it in the Premier League. Yeah. As soon as we were getting linked to Simmons, I'm like, nah, you're ruining it. Like,
but Jay, you know what? If we were a serious club, right? And if our board was a serious board, what they would do going forward is see Simmons and be like, oh, you know what? He needs a bit of time. Let's get another 10. Let's not wait for my man, what's his name, Madders to be back. Let's bulk up that position so that we know exactly what we have. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna sit here and sit tight. Frank is gonna play Sarr there, play Bergvall there, play Xavi there. He's gonna play Ashmatic there. He's gonna play everybody there, right? And then he's still gonna lump the ball up to Solanke. I'm telling you. Back to the question from Jords, right? I don't see it. That's where I'm struggling. Is the fact that I don't see this change, because I genuinely can see Kulubi coming back, Madders coming back, and us saying the exact same thing that we're saying about Xavi about Madders. That's my big worry.
Madders is smart. Madders will go for, like, if anything, I'll be like, why is Madders holding onto the ball in the left back position? I'll bitch about something else, but he'll be on the ball. Same with where Ericsson gets the ball.
So Jay, you're saying he's going to go against what Frank says he should do, right?
Okay, that's a good point. But what my point is that I think if you're somebody that can dictate the play, I think Frank will give you a pass. Because I've seen previously Frank is willing to give you a pass if he can help the team tick. And what I'm seeing from Xavi is, like you just said, he doesn't understand, when to go, when to drop, when to be, when to create overloads, the technical empathy to play with your teammates. He doesn't have it.
No, but you know what it is? No, but I was watching Brentford. I was watching them because I was like, let me see if there's any remnants of Frank still there. If there's any like clues You know what I'm saying? So we could pick up on it.
Yeah,
And I saw Damsgaard.
They play good ball, right?
I saw Keith Andrews, yeah. I saw Damsgaard pulling wide a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So he's the number 10, but he will pull wide. And this is why I was like, maybe Xavi's a hybrid left 8/10. Because even at Leipzig, he would start in that left-hand position and he would drift into central positions. So even if you look at Leipzig, if you look at his heat map at Leipzig, you'd see he'd start on the line and then he would find himself in the midfield. So I looked at Damsgaard and I was reading up on what Frank likes his midfielders to do. And he likes his midfielders to pull wide and help create overloads to whip crosses in. Yeah. So when I watched Keith Andrews and I was watching Brentford, I noticed Damsgaard pulling wide and he was trying to whip crosses. The difference is they've got an Igor, you know what I'm saying, up top. Strong, physical centre forward. Or ego, yeah. So, but they've got also Kevin Schade, do you know what I'm saying? In the box, he's trying to run in behind, he's breaking into the box. He's not as physical, but he's tall. He does. They've got something about them in the box. They've got more physical presence. Even their fullbacks bombing in. Coyote, do you know what I'm saying? He's hitting the back.
Ash, can I say one thing? Can I say one thing, Ash? I fully agree with you. I genuinely agree because obviously, they have that physicality. The difference is, I watched the game against Arsenal yesterday. I was doing some hate watch along, right? And all I see is Keith Andrews shout at his players to go forward, right? Now, look at that and look at the game that we played against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Everybody was literally behind the ball. And that is where I'm talking about what are the instructions that we're giving to our players? Is it, guys, sit back, we'll get the ball and we'll hit them on the counter? Or is it, guys, let's press, but however, these players are not doing it because of their quality? I think that's the issue, because when I watched the game yesterday, Keith Andrews and the team, they were not just sitting back and just waiting to lump it up to Igor Thiago. They were pressing and he was shouting at them to go forward. So that is my biggest thing that I feel Frank has to change, is that mentality of, I am scared of what the other team, the opposition, is going to do, and actually think, how can we hurt them? That's where I'm
not convinced that he's going to do that, though, Manny.
That's exactly. I agree with you.
I'm not. From what I'm seeing, right, and it's only my eyes, not XG, that people play FIFA.
Shut up!
Right? No, it is, bruv.
Wait. Can we clarify this XG thing? Like
XG,
can we clarify it that there's XG? All it is how, like you said, how close you are to scoring a goal. Is that what it is? You could be 5 yards out.
No. So it's obviously the XG is like the position on the pitch, how likely they are to score from that position on the pitch, not specifically how close. But I suppose the one thing actually don't take into consideration is how good the player is, isn't it? That's why I think.
I know. Is it more accurate than shots on target? Is it more of a better measure than shots?
I know it. I know it's absolute rubbish. I know it's absolute rubbish because I know the worst person to spoke to me about the stats. Will Stewart is not on YouTube anymore. He told me, right? And you're not arguing with him because he's all about stats. He told me that everyone's making a big deal about it. He was a big stat guy.
He's a stat merchant.
I remember that guy. He used to be on the terrace.
Yeah.
Right? No one argues with him. I kept on telling.
I get what you mean, box office, but I would say XG is a good stat to sort of examine how the quality of the chances you've created, because you can have 3 shots on target, but if your XG is 0.1, it's showing you that the shots on target you had weren't good shots. They weren't high quality.
Were they far away? Were they like?
That's what I mean. So XG just
shows bodies in front.
I know where it's come from. And it's come from. It's not nothing against you. It's come from the Football Terrace, because I know when you're on the Football Terrace, all they talk about is XG and expected goals.
No, for match of the day,
because
ITV, BBC,
that small Tom guy came on one time and all he was doing was saying, "Oh, XG this, XG that, XG this." I was like, "Bruv, stop playing FIFA, watch the game, yeah." And Terry Flewers is like, like patting him on the back like his little kid. You know what I mean? Like his little son. You know what I mean?
That's a
Honestly,
shoulder, mate.
it was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing, bro. Honestly, so I know where it's come from.
Do you prefer
because I've
chances
seen lots of
created?
Tottenham fans talk about
wait.
it on other shows who never
Box
ever
office.
spoke about it in their life.
Do you prefer chances created?
Yeah, shots. I don't mind shots. I don't mind shots on target, but this XG crap, honestly, I've never heard such.
Chances created, though, I'm saying. Do you prefer chances created?
Because I could have told you how bad we were by just watching the game, bro. That's how bad it was. I know how
What
bad
are you arguing, Alex?
Nah, he just went on a rant.
Manny, go back to sleep, bro. Alex, go back to sleep.
Loses it.
Oh, gosh,
all of his senses go. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's just XG, but it's not that deep, bro. Like, it's not that deep. I know it.
I know, bro. I mean,
you know the professor of truth and entertainment.
I hear what you're saying.
He's got passion, but if I'm not here for passion, I'm not going to be here. You know what I mean? Come on now. Back to you, Jords. Go ahead, bro.
I hear what you're saying, actually, because some players make their career off of low XG shots, and like Valverde is one of them. But like,
and you wonder why there's no
they
great
can. But Elijah, you wouldn't like look at Valverde and be like, yeah, man, this guy's gonna get into like he scores bangers. That's why he makes his career of low XG.
Yeah, but like, for example, would you rather Richarlison 1-on-1 or Valverde long shot?
Valverde.
All day. For one of them, the XG is lower, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I hear what he's saying. I hear what you're saying.
But then that's what I said. Like the floor in XG is it doesn't take into consideration the quality of the player in it, because I don't think the XG for Harry Kane is the same as the XG for Kane.
So I agree with you. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I hear it.
What annoys me so much, is that these people only say about XG because they don't watch the game. They don't watch the full game, right? And then I have people that say talk about XG and say, "Oh, I ain't got time to watch the game."
Yeah, but
that's the point. That's the bloody point. You can watch the game.
Sometimes watching a game and you get mad emotional, and you might miss things that numbers don't. Stats don't have emotion.
But stats can also be manipulated.
I feel like I always.
Very true.
I feel like I always after the game I have to go look at like the sofa score stat, so I can look at like the numbers of passes players have made, these things, because obviously like you like said, your eyes are seeing things, but you have to confirm it with the numbers. The numbers help. Like I can watch something, think a player play good, look at the stats, and they say, "Oh, he missed half his passes. He couldn't have played that fucking good." Then I'll just miss.
But that's what I say. Like Jords, that's why I say stats can lie, because like the context of the passes matter, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say I'm not saying like one is better than the other. I understand saying you need both.
Well, that's what I said. Expected goals looks at the qualitative side of things. That's what they're saying.
No, which I understand it, but like for some people, like for example, like bro, wherever Ronaldo shoots from, it's a high. Bro, Ronaldo is Ronaldo, innit? You know what I'm saying? So, but it's also, a different thing. Like it doesn't take into account.
I think it's a way for fans to describe how poor the team was. So like it just sounds a bit worse if you say we created 0.0. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without explaining and rambling. Do you know what I'm saying? Because certain times
there wasn't a team in the Premier League that had ever created 0.0 until Spurs created 0.0 in a fucking game.
We've done it twice in 2 weeks.
Like a lot of the time, XG correlates with your eyes. Like it's like, so Alex, you might say like we were terrible against Chelsea, and the XG was like 0.05. So we created nothing. So the XG correlates with your eyes. It's not like the XG is like, a lot of the time, especially with Frank, the XG is like we don't create many chances. We are quite efficient. The XG will say you overperform your XG, and you'll be like, yeah, but
that's not the whole season, by the way.
Exactly. So it's like, but then Frank can make the argument we're creating a certain kind of chance. Do you know what I mean? We're creating a certain kind
that's some bullshit. Nah, if he says that, he's capping.
It's not. It's not.
If he says that, he's capping.
No. Think about it. We're I think we're the fourth highest scorers in the league. Whether you like it or not.
Production.
I know it feels terrible, but this is what I'm saying. You got to
effectiveness. We're like very effective.
We're not creating a huge number.
We're the most effective team in the league, apparently.
Yeah,
that's my point. That's to me. I don't think that's luck. Especially if you look at how Mbeumo used to overperform.
Jay, I would agree with you, but then when you look at like, let's be honest. I would agree. I think because there is a like correlation between if you actually look at Brentford the last 4 years.
Why does his teams consistently overperform XG? There's got to be something there.
No, but Jay, that's why we are where we are now.
He aims to create high quality chances for his attackers, but at the same time, I feel like Like, for example, Newcastle. I don't know if you guys watched his post-match press conference. He was like, we were brilliant for the last, like the first 25, tough. But next 60, we were brilliant. We played with some attacking nous. We were front forward. We were creating. And I'm like, we didn't create. Romero saved us with 2 very lucky moments. The XG will show you, it might be decent, but we had 2 shots on target that whole game. They were 2 goals we scored. You can't tell me that he set the team up to create those 2 chances. Like, he didn't.
No,
those
but we did have some
very
decent
lucky.
chances.
Romero wasn't supposed to be in the box when Kudus is crossing it when we're attacking. Like, that's just luck.
But Joe, we did
Isn't it the
stuff
case
in
that
first
both
half.
our defenders are the highest goal scorers as well for us?
No,
well done for saying that, Bob, because I've been saying that all season, Bob. Well done, Bob. Thank you for saying confirming that.
It's not the truth, though, Alex. It's not the truth. Richarlison's got space.
I'm sorry, man. You know what? I like Manny. Yeah. So let's not have a.
I think this is the first time ever that me and Alex are on the same side with regards to a manager, right? So he's very giddy at the moment. He's very happy about that.
Very giddy.
I don't think you guys got. I said this before we went live, but Alex was avoiding my shows for months. Yeah. The first show I'll throw up when Thomas Frank is in dross. He's in terrible. Alex popped up. You didn't shout me, Jords. I was like, okay, Alex. Click the link, bro. You ain't got to ask twice. So Alex was waiting for this moment. I can tell you that, Manny. He was waiting for this moment to start. But look at this smile he's got. Like, Tottenham are rubbish. He's got the biggest smile I've seen.
Honestly, I mean, the fact that Jay keeps on coming in and coming out, and he don't even look that interested. I mean, it just shows you how bad our team is. You know what I mean?
It's sushi, man. I don't eat on stream.
Eating his dinner. All right, last thing then before we wrap up. Who's confident for Brentford? Because obviously it's got to change. It's got to change, right? Jay, it's got to change.
Can I just say this?
Bro, hold on. Just on this, brother. If you watch the Brentford Arsenal game, I'm like, Brentford look all right, you know.
Jay, listen to this one.
Honestly, I'm quite worried
points with us.
Jay,
they have more wins than us.
I was confident, and then I watched the game against Arsenal, and I was like, bro, we're losing.
Bro, they have more wins than us.
Having more losses.
Bro, when Henderson got on the pitch, he was popping that ball around. Like,
and do you know what's mad? They rested players. They dropped players.
Bro, and you know what the sad thing was they dropped players. Yeah. I think they tweaked that.
Let's go for the game we can actually win, bro.
He's got big against the other North London team.
Yeah, man, we can actually win at Tottenham Stadium.
I've got a better question for you guys, right? Do you think Frank is looking at that game as a must-win game or as a must-not-lose game?
That's a good question, to be fair. That's a very good question to you, though. That's a very good question.
As Thomas Frank, I think Thomas Frank's a must-not-lose guy, but it's a must-win. It's definitely a must-win.
I know it's a must-win, Jords. You know it's a must-win.
I reckon he's not looking at it as a must-win, bro. He's not looking at it as a must-win.
The problem is, guys, yeah, if we sack the manager, yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, we ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing. There's no point.
We'll keep him.
The point is, though, yeah, right, that cup win in the Europa League, right, is now saying to people now, we need to win more trophies. But at the moment, we're not ready for that, bro. Like, for me, right, I should have put it on my channel, I'm just expecting getting into the top 10. And then it's up to the owners if they want to keep in next season, right? Right, that's up to them, right? Because that's the decision. Right, but for me, he keeps his job because by proxy, right? But then there are managers available if they want to change it.
Yeah,
right?
but Alex, finishing top 10 will basically mean the next season he'll have no Europe. We'll have no Europe. Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is that still, like, Ange still brought us Europe both seasons.
Yeah, but one season he was 17th though, bro.
But did he bring us Europe or not?
Yeah, but he's still 17th though last.
But that's my point is he brought us Europe. So I'm saying
Ange would have done better in 2 seasons than Frank.
I'm saying Ange brought us Europe 2 seasons. Yeah, Frank first season, no Europe first because I appreciate Champions League, all this sort of stuff. Top 10 with this style of play, asking everyone to trust him for another season?
Top 6 minimum.
I'm saying at the moment, right? That's up to the owners if they want to get rid of him.
Yeah, 100%. But didn't you say that you would keep him? I thought you said you would keep him.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, I don't see who. I mean, other than
I'm with Alex on that one. I don't
no.
see
If he finished 10th, Alex, if he finished 10th next season, are you keeping him or not?
No.
Well, next season.
This season. At the end of the season.
End of the season.
I'm not keeping him.
To be honest with you, if it was a better manager, I wouldn't keep him. No, but I don't see Pochettino coming here, and I don't think he's the answer. I don't really like Thomas Tuchel, but if Thomas Tuchel's
just like Thomas Frank with more
experience. I don't like him either.
I don't mind Tuchel. What about these guys?
Well, Glasner. Oh,
I don't. But why are you so scared to just hire managers and sack them though? Like, why do we have to like?
Yeah,
we're just waiting and heebie-jeebie fam. Like, bro, like
what's it? The sunk cost fallacy. Just because we spent time and money on something doesn't mean we need to continue down that path.
Bro, if you hire a manager, he walks in and you don't like him, sack him again. Like, I'm sorry.
With this manager,
that did you're fired, you know.
We can't be hiring 6 because there's 6 people that need to get fired. You can't hire 6 people, fire them within 4 months, and then be like, yeah, we're gonna hire another 6 people, fire them within 6 months.
There's no one on this panel saying that Thomas Frank has to get sacked after Brentford if we lose.
I think he should. I think he should. I'm saying that. Yes.
Okay, well then you cooked yourself, innit? So the 5 of us left on this panel is not saying Thomas Frank should get sacked after.
Yeah, but the justification for him not being sacked would be a short list.
Oh no, it'll be very short. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm on day one. It's almost 1:13 in a couple like an hour and 50 minutes. It'll be day 1:13 of just going forward. So I get it. But when it comes to like what the board want to do and all this stuff, and the majority of the fans, to be fair, I'm not even majority at this point. At this point, it's like split even. But there's just as much people that want to keep Frank than people who want Frank sacked. It's pretty much, in my opinion.
I don't know about that. I can't remember the last time I saw somebody say, I really think Frank's gonna get it. He's gonna do it.
I don't think anyone says it confidently, Jay, but I do agree. You have to think of it like this. Even at the point of when there was bare people Ange out, there was a lot of Anginas. They just weren't on YouTube. Like they were everywhere in the stadium. You go to the stadium, I love Ange still.
And I think that the voices on, like, I think there's the YouTube community, and then there's just the Spurs community away from YouTube, innit? And it's like, while the Spurs community were singing Ange out, the football community was singing Anjin at the time until like it got really bad, like right before Europa, and then it switched. But like I think that in general is around, if I had to guess, is around 50-50. But what I would say is I don't think there's enough pressure on Frank from the board yet, because they hired Frank because it's like, oh, he's here to just stabilize it, and then and he's gonna be here for a couple years and all that stuff. So I don't think there's a rush to sack him from the board.
I'm not sure, you know, because if you think about it on the flip side, you make fair points, but the other side, you can make the argument of, all right, you got rid of Levy, now there's no shield, so now everything's just very direct. The board is still very lucky. The board is very lucky at this moment, because if Levy was doing this, that people would be killing Levy. Yeah.
But do you know what? I also think they're lucky, Jay, because they have an opportunity.
People don't know who they are. People can't. People are like.
But and with that though, they've also got the opportunity
to shout at. And when people work out who to shout at, they're gonna shout. They just don't know who to shout at.
Do you know what I also think? I think that this board's in a very privileged position.
That's why they're shouting at the players.
Because technically, this board didn't hire Frank. It was the previous board that hired Frank. So they could very easily sack Frank and be like, look, he's not the guy that we believe is going to push us forward. Levy thought he was the guy. And they can go and get someone else and say,
George, I would agree with you. I would agree with you, Jords, but the problem is that Vinay had a lovely video where he said his team went through
how many coaches?
15 points of
They want some
a long list of managers, and we decided we wanted Frank.
Was it the outstanding candidate?
The outstanding candidate.
Shit, man.
PR was strong. You know what I'm saying?
That's the issue. That's
Get
the
me.
issue.
Let's see if the board are as big a risk takers as Thomas Frank in it, like he said himself. We'll see in it. So maybe if we lose to Brentford, they might just take the risk and sack the brother in it. So we're gonna find out.
That game.
I think Spurs need to get a lot worse, to be honest, before they do this.
Wait. How low do you think we need to go before we
sack him? I just want to say another thing is, and this is so man, damn it, justice for my boy Levy. Because look at it.
Oh man.
Nah, stop it. Because look at Vinay. Look at Vinay. Why are you doing me? I'm right.
In the bag.
Why are you doing me? I'm right.
Capital L, bro.
Do yourself. Vinay.
There's always one, isn't it? There's always one.
Vinay at the beginning of the season, was he not making out that we were going to be really transparent? Lots of conversation.
No, I don't like Vinay either,
participation. Bro. Yeah,
bro, this guy came from Arsenal. Arsenal fans said he was awful, man. Like there was nothing.
This Madras merchant, bro. We don't trust Vinay either, bro.
Like, how do you take someone from Arsenal?
They put everything on Levy, bro. They put everything.
Where's Levy? Eze? Was Eze Levy? Because if Eze was Levy,
bro, who knows?
If Eze was Levy,
who knows? Whatever. Who knows why it fucked up? Yeah,
it could have been Vinay. Eze said this is the guy that was in charge.
But listen. The track records, lads. Let's be real. The track record speaks for itself. How many times have we gone for a player, left it, and try to come back for it? Do you understand?
Okay.
And we're like, raw. Why don't we just get the player like that? Why don't we just go for the player and just grab the wrong time? So that Eze deal, that feels like a
bro.
I'm gonna put the phone.
Man. Come on, man. They stole.
That's his style, brother. That's what he does. He did it with Porro. Do you remember when we went for Porro? Porro, before the 1st of January, we were linked for Porro. I remember
bro, listen. Bro, so okay, look at it like this.
You know what I'm saying? Go on.
Bro, listen, I get what you're saying. I'm not trying to. If you want to bring the point of not being able to get certain transfers over the line, I hear it, and that's a fair criticism. But what I'm trying to say is broader than that. Just the club having a hint of personality. Yeah, like whether you like Levy or not, bro. What's up? Okay, you saying Levy? Okay, what flavor is Vinay giving us? What flavor?
Madras,
what flavor is Vinay Lang giving us? Be fair, bro. What flavor is Vinay Lang giving us?
I'm not no Vinay fan.
Lang's giving me nothing. Lang's giving me nothing.
I'm not no Vinay fan. Lang's vanilla. Lang's is vanilla. But that's the director. Levy booked him. Remember, that's Levy who hired him.
Bro, you just said that
we're having Levy prop in December 2025, bro. It's about to be 2026.
Jords was just
you guys.
I looked at it. I was like, Levy.
It is about to be 20. Man, them have opened 4 days of an advent calendar, and we're still doing Levy prop, bro. We need to.
It's crazy.
This is on.
That's usually in the show when you're like, yeah, guys,
nah, bro.
It's time to
go to bed.
People are tired, Jords. People are tired.
I'm just always saying, I've always said Spurs fans are a bad judge of stuff. Yeah, and I've always been like, be careful what you wish for. You're now giving the keys to these guys. Like, at least Levy fucking cared. Yeah, whether people like it or not. Yeah. Now what we've got, we've got Vinay and Lang.
Yeah, them two. Yeah,
running
fucking Aladdin, bro.
Running our
up there, bro. Like that, bro.
Come on, bro.
I don't know who hired. I don't know who hired Lange. I don't know if Lange hired himself. I don't know how he got.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Because Vinay went around when Lange.
Vinay promoted him.
Yeah, no. But who brought him in? Who brought him in? Let's be honest. Come on.
Levy brought him in. Vinay promoted him. It's all just like, look, Spurs is bored. It's a mess. And it will continuously be a mess until let's see how this January transfer window plays out.
I can't trust Vinay, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys questions on it, but I think it's a bit late, and plus we can get round to it on the next boardroom talk. So it seems like we're gonna have to be running these up a bit more frequently because it's crisis time. We're probably going to be doing managerial search real soon. Let's see if Frank lasts the weekend. And big up to Mr. Udang. He says apparently the new stadium rights are between. I heard about this Petronas stuff. I heard about this time ago. And Castro, which makes sense. I don't know. No, that's good. That's that oil money. I mean, you guys know, but that's that oil money, yeah. Castro and Petronas. So if you get that,
everyone agrees with the oil thing, though. Some
man
bun what they think.
Bun what they think.
Ethical guys, come on.
I'm here to support
my
child.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I personally fuck with fried fish, fried eggs. You know what I'm saying? I like oil, bro. Yeah.
Let's be honest. This is a panel full of melanated.
I like fried chicken, bro.
We all know criminals.
I'm sorry.
We all know criminals. We cannot talk about ethics.
Anyway.
These might be taking illegal substances.
I'm incriminating all of y'all. I got cases on all y'all bitches.
It's a carbon emissions. I don't know.
Inhale and exhale carbon emissions every day. Bro.
On a real note, though, it's been a good show. It's been a good boardroom. A nice little therapy session, but needed, very, very much needed. For now,
are we definitely beating Brentford? By the way, lads.
No. Listen, I'll put it out there. I think we could win it. I'm gonna say it.
The only way I think we win is just surely we can't lose again. That's my hope.
All I'm saying is, and if you watch my match day vlog, you understand. That's the last time I'm going into that stadium. Sorry, done.
It's a slight promo thing as well.
Until the next match day.
Until the next vlog.
If you want to see the match vlog
equivalent on, I ain't going. I'm going to wine with somebody. That's all I've got to say.
Trust me, go wine, buddy. Hey,
buddy, guys are going to check out the match day vlog on Mr. Box Office TV. For Alex, more content over there as well. For Ash, coming soon. Big up. And make sure you guys are over on Spurs Kings as well. For Ash, Mike, Marlon, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, pretty much this time. They're live every night. So make sure you guys head over there for weekly panel shows like this. Elijah, Too Much of E, for more content. I'd love to give you a weekly time slot Elijah runs, but he's just like me whenever he can. And Manny, do you want to shout out your channel, Designated Hotspur? When are you live? When are you next live?
Well, I'm never live, but I do have some videos that I do have pre-recorded videos. Listen, the 9 to 5 grind is still on at the moment, so I've got some.
That's the most Ghanaian name I've heard in my life. Designated Hotspur. I love that.
Bro, I literally watched the series and I was like, yeah, that's how it's right.
I was like, what the fuck?
I love it, bro. It's so
man, just some pre-recorded stuff. Always give my previews. So just jump in and like and subscribe.
Yeah, big up. And of course, J Rated R, you catch him here, there, everywhere, but mainly on Twitter. He's always active on Twitter. He's probably doing a thread. He's probably arguing with someone.
I'm not like Twitter is very everything's time consuming now. It's just like that's why I rate you guys. Obviously, follow all the guys here because they do a great job. And it is so time consuming creating content. It is unbelievably time consuming. So I respect all of you, but I ain't doing that shit. Okay.
Especially when Spurs are shit, forget about it. But people smash the likes.
That must feel like an actual job.
It does. But yeah, man, subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff. Follow other people, and until next time, people.